Alright, there we go. There we go. Full screen. I mean, full screen for me. I never realized how soft the line art for this game was. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Oh yeah, it actually... No, wait. This is just back to defaults. Because, like, it assumes I'm playing a new game. Alright. Alright, so, like, I literally did the fucking tutorial area last time, and that's all I did. That's literally all I did. Heyo! Welcome to the stream, guys. Back again. Wanted to play this a little bit earlier, but my nap was a good nap. That's all I can really say about that. It was good. It was a good nap. I actually set an alarm too. My my alarm went off and like I like instantly turned it off. I didn't even snooze it. I just like just turned off the alarm and I just like went back to sleep. So that's what happened there. So wait, how do I get these again? Alright, I didn't know this. I remember now. I don't know these locations. So probably like in the next area or some shit like that. That's what it was. And then abusing the all the extra items I got. I had already changed the I already changed the boob size on like the main characters. Yeah, because she's way bigger. So Perut's an M cup, Waffle's a W cup. Yep. And Jewel is a P cup. Because at this point, like, the attack stats like the only thing that matters. Like, that's honestly, like, what I'm getting. It says that I lose agility for that, but, like... Does agility even do anything when you're, like, level 2? Oh, wait. This is what I wanted. Yeah, this... Bigger size for attack bonus and smaller agility bonus. So if you have a smaller... have a smaller tit size and go... You have a bigger agility bonus, I guess? And then height. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, basically what I'm seeing here is that, like, you could go, like, a pure, like, agility stat. But you ain't hitting for shit anyway. I probably should experiment with that, though, like, later on. But, like, with all RPG games that I've ever played, it's like, you don't get to play around with stats until, like, later on in the game, though. When you're, like, level 2, and you have, like, no skills whatsoever, it's like you might as well just, go pure attack. I'll probably try making, like, an agility-based character later on. On-time stream? I don't want this to be an on-time stream. I wanted it to be an early stream. But I want the early stream to be on time. They also explained this too in the last live stream. Whereas, like, you need to unlock more of the map. to like see, to, like go past the clouds or something. I kind of wish that Idea Factory, like, came up with a better roadmap excuse than like not being able to just sail your ship in the clouds. Like, I feel like even Pokemon does it better, and Pokemon's already kind of stupid anyway. Like, Pokemon either puts like an NPC blocking your way, or they put like an actual like boulder or like a tree in your way. With this one, there's clouds that I can't sail into, but the clouds are above your elevation, so that shouldn't really affect you. Like, realistically, at like ocean level, I'll say ground level. Realistically, at ground level, there should be nothing stopping the characters from just sailing. It's like the clouds only make sense like looking from like above. It only makes sense from like the player's perspective, because we're looking at it from like a god perspective right here. But the characters on the ship, they you know, like they're not looking at it from our perspective. Another thing too is that like, even if you try to rationalize it, saying that like there's a fog, like it's actually a fog on their level, then like my question is like, okay, so even if there was a fog, why does the fog magically dissipate when you get more of the map unlocked, you know? So like, we know why. We know realistically why. It's just because it's the developers wanting to roadblock the player into like not going through the entire map, but it makes more sense in other games rather than like what I'm seeing in this game. Like, even in Final Fantasy does it really well too, because in Final Fantasy it's like there's always like a cave that like you have to go through, and then like there's a mountain. There's like literally like an entire mountain in your way. So like the only way to get to the next area is to go through the cave system. So it's like what? Do you expect like fucking Cloud to like climb a mountain to get to the other side of the continent? It's like, technically they could, but they wouldn't. But they technically could. You know, it just wouldn't be feasible. Or like other RPGs also, like they'd be like a large cliff or like a chasm, and like there's like one bridge to like get across that chasm, and the characters can't fly either. They can't fly across it, so they won't get with the power of flight. So yeah. Must be RTS Fog of War thing. That stuff is thicker than cake to block the omnipotent godplay from spine. Exactly. Exactly. Which is why like I do appreciate it when you see the occasional like RPG game that truly gives a player like free roam, and then like you have the ability to actually get your ass owned by a monster that like you're obviously not supposed to fight yet. Like, it's like, oh, this area has like level 30 monsters and I just started the game, so I'm probably not supposed to be here. But then like a very good player though, they can like still travel the area though, as long as they don't run into any monsters. They can still travel the area. This is better if it's a non-random encounter game. It would basically be harder to justify in like an old school RPG, because like old school RPGs, it's random encounters, because that's the only way they could do monster encounters, because they couldn't render all the monsters in the field because the technology wasn't there back in the day. But like nowadays though, RPGs are just putting the monsters on screen, so like now all you have to do is just avoid the monsters. So if you're a good player, you could avoid the monsters and you could get like the treasure chest. You get like any chest that's around there, or you could like maybe even go to like the next village or something. Although I assume that the developer would roadblock the player too from the villages, but like that would make sense then. Like, you're an adventurer, you're a plucky adventurer, and you go past the tutorial area and you go into a level 30 area that you're not supposed to be in, and you try to go to the village, but like the village guard or something, he's like, halt, you cannot enter this village. And you'd be like, why? I want to like go to the merchant or something. And he'd be like, oh, there's a pandemic going around, everyone's sick, so we don't want to get everyone else sick, young adventurer. Or the guard could also stop you, because he'd be like, oh, by decree of the king, no one is allowed to enter the village yet or some shit. Like, that'd be a way they could roadblock the player from, like, going into a city they're not meant to go into. And that would make sense. Or, like, you could just not roadblock them and just let them go into the city. I've done that before in other old school RPGs that had random encounters, but, like, I would cheat. And, like, I would cheat myself into other, like, cities or villages, and then there wouldn't be a roadblock. So, like, you could, like, buy future equipment and shit, and that you weren't supposed to have and crap. And by cheat, I don't even mean like, Codebreaker or, like, Game Shark. No. I mean, like, physically cheating. Like, back in the day, like, good old back in the day, you could cheat a lot of old school disc-based games just by opening up the, like, the disc flap. And then, like, when you open it up, the disc isn't spinning anymore, but the game is still running. So, what's happening is that the console is not refreshing the RAM. So, it kind of gave the character, like, a clip-through axis. Like, if you were to, like, on a PC game and you put it in, like, you know, like, tilde no clip, you know? Like in Valve games, for example. I did that in Tales of Abyss, I specifically remember, way back in the day. You push the eject button on the PS2, and then your disc pops out. But then, like, you could actually still walk around, though. But when you're walking around, the map doesn't load in. So it kind of takes some trial and error, but, like, you could, like, walk far enough, and then, like, when you put the disc back in, then, like, the whole entire map reloads again, and then, like, you essentially can, like, walk entire, like, continents and, like, walk through oceans to get to, like, cities that you weren't meant to go through. And then, like, you could just, like, go into the store, go into the merchant area, and, like, just go and buy shit. Or, if you really wanted to cheese it, you could also, like, just fight monsters also that, like, you're not meant to fight yet. So you can kind of, like, just power level yourself. And then, when you're ready to actually do the story, then, like, you go back to the first village of the game, assuming that's when you did it, and then you go and do the story, and then the boss is, like, level 10, but, like, you're level 30. So, that's kind of fun to do. Final Fantasy 7 and 8 also had very similar, like, open the PlayStation 1 flap, like, physical cheats, too. In the Final Fantasy 8, your limit break is not actually accessed by... It's not actually not refreshed by RAM. So, when you're in combat, if you open the flap, the enemy doesn't get to get a turn. But it's still your turn, though. So, you could constantly refresh to get your limit break up. And then, now that your limit break's up, you can go ahead and pop back the PlayStation 1 flap. And then you can just use your limit break. It's such a cheesy physical way to cheat. Although, like, at the same time, it is kind of annoying. But that you're cheating anyway. You're better off just using, like Game Genie or, like, Codebreaker. But if you're a kid who didn't have that, then you know what? You're opening that flap up. So, yeah. Final Fantasy 7 was also really cheesy. Because, like, you could often, like, definitely cheat out some stupid strategies versus, like, the Emerald weapons and Ruby weapons and crap. Just by opening up the flap. Because the enemies never gets a turn. I can't exactly do that now. I can't just, like, open up the Nintendo Switch cartridge area. And that wouldn't work anyway, because I'm not even using the cartridge. Like, I just had the game installed on the Switch, so... No physical cheat I can do. Unless, like, maybe I could, like, smack around the Switch or something. See if that does anything. Alright, all three of these areas look equally important. So I'm just going to assume they're all equally important. Like, if one of these was on the island, it'd make more sense. But they're just, like, in the middle of the ocean. So, I assume that these don't actually matter what order I do them in. You spawned right here. So, I assume that I'm just going to do this one first. Oh, yeah. I should probably do a recap. Recap. Perut and Otto. They got, like, blasted. They got, like, they got Team Rocketed. They got Team Rocketed into this ocean area with monster girls and shit. Which, to be fair, Perut wanted to get here anyway. she was already trying to get here, but like she just happened to get here in like not in the way she intended. And then she met Waffle, who is a kobold monster girl. And then she beat her, and now we're Waffle's master, I guess. And then we met Slimegore Jewel, and we took her ship, even though it wasn't really her ship, actually. It's, she borrowed the ship from, like, the Boobykins. And then we saved 3 Boobykins. So now we have 3 Boobykin crew members and shit. And that's where we're at right now. Also, I guess Perut actually does have a crew based on, like, the very beginning cutscene of the game. But then, like, we're away from that crew right now. But, like, they were faceless crew girls anyway, so not like it matters. It's kind of like May's crew in Guilty Gear. Like, May also has a crew of, like, other, like, female sky pirate chicks. Sky pirates. And then now we're here. Basically, like, I literally just left the tutorial area. Oh yeah, right. I upped everybody's boob size, and it actually shows up like in the cutscenes now. It's like that's kind of awkward actually. But that's also why they wanted to go keep the 3D all the time. Like, usually, like, for these Compile Hearts Idea Factory games, you know, like, this would be the 2D part. But, like, they went 3D because they actually want you to see, like, how much you, like, big tittied them. So you could actually see the fruits of your labor. You could also make an argument, too, at least for Jewel. No, Jewel makes a little bit of sense. Like, it doesn't make as much sense for Perut or Waffle. But Jewel is a slime girl, so you could say for Jewel, she probably doesn't feel anything. A slime girl is supposed to be like 99% water or some shit like that. Oh yeah, also, I remember too, in the last live stream, we also found out that Jewel is technically naked. She's not really wearing clothes or anything. Like, the clothes that she is wearing, it's just her. And then she just, like, morphs it into, like, something that looks like clothes. So yeah, she's naked all the time, actually. Even she's not even wearing a top either. Her top is just, like, just more slime. Also, like, play that Soviet Union music, or communism music, or whatever like that. Because, like, Jewel's talking about her ship, but Perut already took it. So, it's not Jewel's ship anymore. It's our ship. It's our ship. The Bugs Bunny communism meme. Oh, that's it? Oh shit, that was actually literally it. It was just like, it was just Jewel saying how like she was gonna, like, she was so important, and how like she's gonna provide for everybody on the ship. Even though technically Perut became the captain now. Perut kind of just beat everyone up, and now she's the captain. Okay, so Perut's human. So Perut doesn't really have an excuse other than her top. It's like Perut's top is really anti-gravity then. Like, without her top, then her boobs would actually, like, sag down normally. But her top actually brings her boobs up. That's the only thing we could say about Perut. She has no monster excuse. Unless there's some, like, stupid, like, plot twist in the end, where, like, Perut's, like, half monster girl, because maybe her mom's a monster, and her dad's human or some shit. Wow. So rather than be like that asshole, like captain, Brute realized that like nobody on the ship can actually like clean up after themselves. So I guess she'll have to do it. That's usually not the captain's job though. She's swabbing the deck. She's swabbing the poop deck. You what? You know what? I would like to remind everyone that like the anti-gravity thing about the boobs, that is actually a booby stat. So like I could make them sag if I want. I could actually make them sag. It's like I'm choosing not to, but like I could make us slightly more realistic. It's like, should I make it realistic? I mean, this is kind of the whole point. So yeah. They're literally just like, they're just up there. You know? They're just up there. Who cares about realism? This is about like monster girls and shit like that, you know? Who cares about that? I rolled myself. I'm rolling myself. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They actually touched upon one of the weird things about slime girls. The actual slime part. Or, like, any kind of, like, monster girl that kind of has to slither around. Like snail girls? Ugh. Say no to snail girls to me. Nope, I'm not a fan of snail girls. And I've already talked about, like, bird girls and, like, harpy girls, too. Like, the feathers molting and shit. I've already talked about that. Well, a waffle's supposed to be a kobold, so I wonder if she sheds fur. Another MGQ stream win. Actually, I still want to do that, but like it's not that high priority on my list, but I still actually do want to do that. When we get to the other website. I have 2 super hentai games that I want to do first. I have Subverse. We gotta replay Subverse, the new update, and then there's a hentai RPG that like I 100% want to play. So that's in the cards. That's definitely in the cards. Speaking of which, I've got to do this. I'll go ahead and do that now. Here we go. There we go. Just wanted to plop that on there. Alright. Ah, that looks important. It says event. Now that's really important. I just realized that Perut's hair, it like naturally curls up like that. I mean, it either naturally curls up or like Perut is actually taking the time in her day to like slather in like hairspray on her hair in the morning to make sure it curls up like that. And also remember too, they're on the ocean as well. They're on the ocean, so like they got that constant moisture of like the sea breeze constantly on them too. Oh yeah, look, I actually did make Jules' boobs kind of realistic. Like, okay, so I definitely went overboard with Perut and Waffle because like Perut and Waffle's tits, like they go up. They actually go up, whereas Jules' tits, they're leveled actually. They're on the level. They don't go up or down. I mean, for all their tit sizes, they should all go down. But like, I removed the sag. There's no sagging tits here. Oh shit, new waifu. New waifu. Kraken monster girl. So tentacles. Tentacles. You know what? Calamari sounds really good right about now. I should have bought some squid when I was at the grocery store earlier. You guys know that I got fish and curry, but I didn't get no squid. I'll buy squid next time. We can make calamari next time. Hidoyo. Oh wow, look, her 3D model actually has like a very moderate boob size. I can't wait to fuck that up when she joins the party. You know what? Actually, no. She actually looks really good. Like her character design and even like her boob size, actually everything is like honestly kind of perfect. I'm gonna hate to actually ruin that. But remember though, boobs are power. So like I kind of have to mess with that. It's not like I can't like not mess with it. Okay, I think I do kind of need to like do something about Waffle. Waffle just looks ridiculous. So all the other girls, they just kind of have like just a top. Jewel has technically no top on. Claret has like a one-piece swimsuit. So when you think about it logistically, she has a one-piece swimsuit, and I'm gonna give her like fucking like T-size tits right now when she joins the party. She would basically need to get like a custom-made swimsuit that basically just has like a boob hole in it.
そんなのダメに決まってるでしょ。人が下手に出ていれば調子に乗って、こっちはあんたの身ぐるみ剥いでもいいのよ。
At least like Waffle and Perut's top makes more sense because like their tops has like it's basically like two pieces of fabric being held by a string, so they could just always alter the string whenever to like keep their like nipples from being exposed. But for Claret though, Claret would just basically realistically need to actually like get a new one-piece refitted. For like her new boob size. If a woman would have magically grown boob size like 10 times, then like all their shirts would just become useless. When you think about it in this universe where it's very easy to grow tits, it's like no girl should ever actually have a shirt on then. It's not worth it. It wouldn't be worth it to have a shirt on. You might as well just like go on with like a bikini top. Because the bikini top is easier to alter than it would be to have a shirt on.
私としては言うことを聞いておいた方がいいと思うんだけど、お仕置きが必要かな。ジュエルちゃんは私の怖さを分かってるよね。
I like that her quote-unquote pirate hat is like, it's basically shaped like a squid head. But they called it a hat just now though.
ジュエルちゃんの知り合いなの？いや、知り合いってわけじゃなくて、何度か私の宝を強引に奪ったんだ。ひどいやつなんだ。私も本当はもっと遠くの海までお宝を探しに行きたいんだけど、なぜかクラレットとぶつかっていけないんだ。
You know, when you think about it, like this whole like treasure hunting thing really makes no sense in any RPG game. Like it really truly implies that like somebody in the past just like left boxes of like gold and like silver around or some shit, or like weapons that like magically have like not rusted or anything, like just out in like various locations. Like the only way that this would kind of work is if you're playing like technically like a post-apocalyptic game. So the treasure chest in that case is that you're just getting items that was left by previous like civilizations. Like that's the only thing that kind of makes sense. But you know, that's usually not the case though in like RPG games. No. Like what also is kind of crazy too in RPG games is that like you're like running around like in a cave, and you find in that cave you find like a box, right? And you open that box and there's a potion inside. But it's all like, so the potion you drink, like you eat, it's something that you eat like in video games. But it's like, it's still good. Like do HP and MP potions, like do they not like have an expiration date like in RPG games or something? And if they do have an expiration date, then that means it was fresh. Which means that somebody just put it there. Which means that the player character is just stealing someone else's potions then. It's like, again, sometimes it makes sense. If you're playing Final Fantasy VII and you're raiding like a Shinra like base or something, then that makes sense. Like you're pilfering, not treasure chests, you're pilfering storage boxes. And the storage boxes has like potions and items in it, but that's because those items belong to the soldiers and you're stealing from them. But a lot of times though, especially in fantasy RPGs, you're in a cave, you're in a forest or something, and there's like randomly a treasure chest in the middle of like an uninhabited forest, and there just happens to be like a sword or like a potion or gold. There happens to be like 1,000 gold in said box, and the game already told you, by the way. They already said that nobody has gone to this forest in like 1,000,000 years because like that's where like the dangerous monsters live or something. So it's like, you say 1,000,000 years, so does that mean that the potion and the sword in there has like gone untouched for 1,000,000 years when someone left it there? You know, it's like who just left it there? Just walk into everyone's homes and steal their stuff? Exactly. The main character in like every RPG game is like just like a kleptomaniac. It's always funny when like some RPGs actually do play with the trope though. Like, actually funny enough, a lot of hentai RPGs actually play with this trope, I noticed. where like they have like a very self-aware protagonist. So like if you try to go into someone's house, like there'd be a door or something, the character stops. The character's like, no, wait, I can't do that. I don't know these people. Or like if you do go in someone's house and you try to like go through the cabinet, like the player character's like, oh wait, I can't go in this person's cabinet because that'd be wrong to steal. But you know, you're playing with the trope because in other RPG games, you just steal whatever. In some old school PlayStation RPGs I remember playing, like you literally do go through people's houses and like you either go to like a treasure box or something, or it's a cabinet. Like it's literally like a closet or something, and you just open it up and you see a potion in there, so you take it. You take a potion, you take some gold. It's the worst actually when it's gold, because you go into like a villager's house and the villager literally just told you, "We're so poor. The evil king taxes us. We don't have enough money to live." And then like you go in their house after you talk to them and you're like, "Oh, that's very sad, old man." And you go in like the closet and you find like 10 gold. And then the player character just takes the gold and then you leave. He just told you that he's poor. That 10 gold probably was like your life savings and you just took it. But I'm the hero. I need the gold because I need to buy a potion so I can save the world.
私は別に戦わなくてもいいのに、ジュエルちゃんはいつも挑んでくるんだよ。今まで私が負けたことはないかな？そんなにぶつかったんだ。その度に負けて宝を奪われたなんてかわいそう。だからジュエルって貧乏だったんだね。私は別に弱くないってば。でもクラレットは海賊から宝を奪う海賊だから。
I'm sorry, I can't hear girls over the sounds of your tits bouncing.
へえ、面白いじゃない。モンムスの一人や二人倒せないようじゃ、いつか宝を奪われるだけよね。
You know what? Like, I know it'd be a lot to program, but it's too bad though that like this isn't like one of those choose your own adventure kind of games, because like if it was something like Dragon's Age or like some kind of Bethesda game, I kind of feel like for this game, the girls should like react to like how big your boob size is. Like, considering that like your boob size in this game is like how strong you are, then like Claret, the cutscene would be changed now. Claret would notice how big their boobs are, and she'd be like, "Oh crap! Like they're actually stronger than me." Boobies are power. This would be like if I was playing like one of those like indie hentai RPGs and like the main character's like penis size correlates to how strong he is. So the main character is walking around with like a 16-inch dick, and the other characters are all like, "Oh my god, look how big his dick is. That guy must be super strong."
ワッフルは俺を何だと思ってるんだぜ。海に落ちていきなり捕まったから何もできなかったんだぜ。
私が落ちてきたのを拾ったんだけど、お宝を渡すなら無事に返すよ。さすがは海賊、人質を取っていたなんて。オットンは私たちの大切な仲間。見捨てるなんて。
Alton is a dear friend. He is a nakama. You can't take him. To be fair, actually, Alton is kind of important to the crew. Alton seems to be like he's the only guy that actually like understands like all the legendary like treasure shit. So he's actually very important.
Oh, パルって俺のことをそんなに思っていてくれたなんて嬉しいんだぜ。
でも私たちも海賊、情には流されない。涙を飲んで。オットンはあんたにあげるから、これで今回のことはなかったことにしよう。
おいパルってそれはないんだぜ。苦楽を共にした俺を見捨てるのか。
本人はこう言ってるけど、本当にもらっちゃっていいの？でもいらないし、売れるかな？
Ah, shit, they're talking about slavery. They are pirates, but they're talking about slavery now. She's gonna sell Ulton. And then, like, he'll get sold off. And this is an Idea Factory game. That means the only way that Ulton can be sold off will be into sex slavery. Hashtag making terrible jokes.
マルテ
ち、役に立たないわね。この場は連れて行かれといて、後で宝を奪って。
I mean, look at Ulton. Wouldn't you say that he could make a pretty good Ona hole? Ulton looks like he's Ona hole size. He looks like he could fit like half of my dick.
できるか？俺に無茶を言いすぎだぜ。
Remember, guys, if there's a hole, there's a way.
そもそもあんたがぶつかったせいで
Dildo
ロットンは落ちたんじゃない。ジュエルちゃんが何度か奪われてる話からすると、わざとぶつかったんでしょ。やっぱりわかる？ジュエルちゃんは全然気づかなかったけど、普通の子みたいだね。
Wait, she literally just called Jewel a basic bitch? I mean, she didn't say the bitch part, but she just said that Jewel's basic. That's basically calling Jewel a basic bitch.
わざとだったのか？全然気づかなかったぞ。いつも私が悪いみたいに言いやがって。
You know what? These are some of the nicest pirates I've ever seen.
僕はジュエルがかわいそうすぎて泣けてきた。
なんでそんな遠回りなことをしたんだじ。
ぶつかった相手なら宝を置いていってくれることが多いからかな。それ当たり屋じゃん。他の船ならともかく、私の船にぶつかるなんて絶対許さない。よくも今まで騙してくれたな。パルテ、ワッフル、やるぞ。積年の恨みを晴らすんだ。僕は全く恨みが積もってないけど、ジュエルがかわいそうだから頑張るよ。
That's right, BFFs forever.
ジュエルちゃんの仲間だけあって威勢がいいね。私も今日は戦いになると思ってたし、みんなお仕置きかな。さあ、やっちゃう
Well, that kind of loaded for a bit.
任せて。
That kind of took like a few extra seconds.
海に沈め。僕だね。
Oh shit, that actually kind of hurt. Flame Smash, B Heal, Buff. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay.
お願いね。はい。
Boobykin support. Okay, that's kind of cool.
私か。
Okay, that's cool. Can I even poison her?
弱くなれ。
Oh shit, I can. Okay, I can poison her.
このままはまずい。
Dude, the poison damage did more damage than like a regular attack.
行くよ。行くよ。はじけろ。このままはまずいかも。
Yeah, the poison's actually kind of legit.
海に沈め。私か。
Yeah, I just want to keep the poison up, I guess.
私の番ね。行くよ。このままはまずいかも。覚悟はいいかな。
This seems like a fight I'm meant to win, because like she's not really doing much damage. But I'm not sure that's because of the tit size. I did kind of go overboard with the booby size here.
私が沈むなんて。褒めてよ。むぎゅーん。何がお仕置きを偉そうに。 3対1で勝てると思ってたなら私たちを舐めすぎだよ。
I mean, do you think Idea Factory had really any idea like how they could make the boobs not clip? I mean, that kind of like came with the territory. They would basically need to like run different animations to have the girls like not clip into their own tits. Especially since that's something that the player controls. The only way for it to look natural would be for me to actually give them realistic breast sizes. That's why you gotta have a Batako GF.
船を襲ってるってのもせこい脅しをしてただけだったんだね。僕たちのチームワークなら楽勝だよ。
Boobies are power, so I'm kind of like incentivized to go above and beyond.
やったー！積年の恨みを晴らしたぞ！私の成長を思い知ったか！仲間を得るという大成長を遂げたんだぞ！
お前ら言い過ぎだぜ。調子に乗ると痛い目に遭うんだぜ。
負けちゃった。今日のところは帰るけど、またどこかの海でぶつかりましょう。逃がすと思ってるのか。倒せるときにもっと倒しておくんだ。ジュエルちゃんダメだよ。憎しみからは何も生まれない。身ぐるみを剥いで宝はもらうだけ。
Let's just take her treasure.
そんなひどい。あなたたちそういうこと言っちゃうんだ。
You know, if Clara is strong enough to sink their ship, she should have just done that.
ちょっと待ってよ。それは話が違くない？
だから調子に乗るなとあれほど。せっかく勝った。
Oh, you know what this is reminding me of? This reminds me of the water group in Hololive now. It's like it's Marine, Aqua, it's Ina and Gura. Like how they had like that entire like group song and everything too. That's what this kind of reminds me of. I don't know who would be who though. It's like of the girls, I guess like Jewel looks kind of like Marine, I guess, but that's only because of her hat though. I guess Ina could be Waffle. I don't know. And then Claret would be Gura.
別に船くらい沈んでもいいかなって。イカダなんてしょっちゅう沈んでたし。
That's alright. Yeah, it's okay if the ship sinks.
なぜか人が慌ててるのを見ると冷静になるじゃん。私はこの程度のことで慌てないって優越感に浸れるし、そう思わない？思わないぞ。そんな優越感のために死にたくないし、私は諦めないぞ。
でも
What, you bitches can't swim?
落ち着いた方がいいぜ。船は揺らしたくらいじゃ沈まないし、慌ててると危ないんだぜ。
止まったみたい。諦めたのかな。
Oh, can she not do it?
うわ、なんかこっち見てるんだけど。怖いからワッフルが。
Or maybe she just changed her mind. She's gonna be all like, I'm gonna join your party now for no reason.
しょうがないな。ここは僕に任せてよ。ねえねえクラレット。これぐらいじゃこの船は全然沈まないよ。クラレットの力はそんなものなの？ほらワッフル、なんてこと言うんだ。これじゃ本当に沈んじゃうよ。僕言われた通りに追い払ったのにな。
I hope you guys don't get seasick watching the screen behind them shake.
また見てるんだけど。でも恐れることはない。私は勝ったんだ。ガツンと言って追い払ってやる。
Obviously, we need to capture her and put her in the dungeon. Because every pirate ship has a dungeon, right? We need to tie her up in the dungeon.
私に任せて。クラレットちゃん、私たちは秘宝ってすごいのを探しに行くけど、もう船を襲うのなんてやめて一緒に来ない？ 私が宝に困ってるように見えるのかな。ジュエルちゃんが面白いからからかって遊んでいるだけだよ。
Ah, Claret is a sadist. She just does shit for fun.
一緒に来ればジュエルちゃんをいつでもからかえるよ。おいパルテ、なんてこと言うんだよ。私をクラレットに売る気か。パルテは僕のことも勝手にかけてたし、ジュエルも OK してたのに、自分さえ良ければいいの？それとこれとは別の問題だ。どうしようかな。でも本人は嫌がってるみたいだよ。そんなのジュエルちゃんが照れてるだけに決まってるじゃん。そんなに誘われたら迷っちゃうかな。ジュエルちゃんも照れてるなんて可愛いとこあるね。うりうり。
Oh shit.
痛いってやめてよ。これ脅迫だ。私は負けない。
You know, that seems like such an Idea Factory thing to do. Just to like slide the character over and just like pretend something's happening. You also see that too in like even the very old Neptunia games. I talked about this before, but I remember playing the original Hyperdimension Neptune on the PS3 way back in the day. And I remember telling myself, oh, this is a cute concept. You know, like, the girls are just like consoles or whatever like that. Yeah, this would never take off. And then, like, next thing you know, it's Idea Factory's, like, literal, like, biggest IP. I can't believe it took off the way it did, too. I just thought it was a throwaway thing that, like, Idea Factory did.
私はジュエルちゃんと仲良くなるため強くしてあげようと鍛えてるだけなのに。愛がもう十分伝わったし、クラレットと一緒に宝探ししたい。早く仲間になって、そして攻撃をやめて。こんなにお願いされたらしょうがないかな。仲間になってあげましょう。
仲間。
ジュエルに仲のいい仲間ができてよかったね。あなたたちはなかなか面白いから退屈はしなくて済みそうかな。私はこの辺の海に詳しいし、何でも聞いてよ。
So I guess Claret's the only one here that could like breathe and swim underwater.
なるほど。クラレットちゃんありがとう。これからよろしくね。仲間も増えたし、そろそろ秘宝を見つけて。
Look at how nice everybody is to each other. BFFs forever. Claret has joined. Alright, y'all know what that means. We have to, we had to change her stats. So Claret is supposed to be a D cup, naturally. Well, she ain't gonna be a D cup no more, though. She's not gonna be a D cup anymore. Alright, so... Oh, she naturally already has a, has like a very clear swimsuit. Alright. Oh, wrong one. Well, that's cute. That's adorable. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this up. And then, wait, what's the other thing I'm supposed to do? Size, softness. Yeah, I think I wanted this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. What else do I want? I think I just... She is now Q size. She has a 24% attack bonus, 20% defense bonus. that good? Is that good?
こうかしら。
Okay, I think that's it. It highly skewed to one side. But I think that's good now. Half poison? What the fuck is that? Lowers the risk of poison. Oh, okay. I don't think that's gonna come in handy that much. Okay, that's the important one, so I want to do the unimportant one. That's like more characterization. Jesus! Yo, it looks like her boobs are literally just like floating in front of her because she has a one piece on. Like, it doesn't make as much sense for her compared to the other girls because like the one piece has to like morph with her body.
乗せてはやるが、私を先輩として尊敬し、ジュエル先輩と呼ぶんだ。私に感謝しながら乗るんだぞ。わかったか?
Yeah.
それだと僕もジュエル先輩って呼ばないといけないのか。
先輩。
なんか面倒だな。いやいや、ワッフルは必要ないって。ワッフルは友達だから、私と対等に呼び捨てでいいぞ。思えば、私もジュエルちゃんとは長い付き合いだから、もう友達かな。呼び捨てとは言わないけど、今まで通りジュエルちゃんでいいよね。
ジュエルちゃん。ダ
メだ。私は今までの私とは違う。クラレットに勝った私だ。先輩である私を敬え。ちょっと勝ったぐらいで、ずいぶん調子に乗らせちゃったかな。なんだ、やる気か。どちらの実力が上かはっきりさせてやる。こっちにはワッフルがいるんだぞ。
It doesn't count if Jewel had to like beat Claret with like Perut and Waffle by her side. It only counts if she can beat her by herself.
僕が数に入ってたら実力示せないから一人で示してよ。ワッフルは私を見捨てるのか。一人でクラレットにかなうわけないだろう。ジュエルちゃん、話は終わったのかな。そろそろ準備はいいよね。今まで奪ったりしてごめんね。これからは仲間なんだから仲良くしましょう。
This is how girls become friends, right? This is totally true.
それに比べてジュエルはクラレット意地悪してごめん。最近急に賑やかになって調子に乗ってたんだ。おお、ジュエルも偉い。これでみんな仲良しだね。私はクラレットがバカにして殴ったりしなければそれでいいんだ。名前も好きに呼んでくれていいぞ。仲良くはしたいけど手は出しちゃうかもしれないから、それは約束できないかな。おいこら、そこは約束しろよ。お願いだから。
Ah, Perut didn't even appear in that scene at all.
出発。さあみんな、私がご飯作ってあげたよ。
Oh wow, Perut can cook too. She's the perfect main character waifu. She cooks, she cleans, she swaps the poop deck. Huh, I just realized. So like, if you're on like an old school like ship like this, like back in like the 1300s, the 1400s or something, it's like, if you had to take a shit, it's like, would you want to take a shit on top of the ship? Like, you wouldn't, right? Wouldn't you rather just, like, take a shit over the ocean? Like, I guess, like, I would design a ship then, like an old school ship like that, to have like an actual like toilet or something, so that way like it would just like go into the ocean then. Why would you poop on the ship? You just make the ship like smell bad. Same thing for pissing, right? Like, especially if you're a guy. Like, if you're a dude, would you want to like just piss on the ship? You wouldn't, right? You'd rather just piss in the ocean. You don't want that. You don't want the literal shit on the ship.
まあね、この船に料理ができる部屋があってよかった。簡単なものなら作れそうだよ。
Like the slavery ships too back in the day. Like they would just put like all the slaves like in like the bottom of the ship, and then they would like just piss and like shit down there, so it would smell terrible. And then people would get sick, and then wonder why they got sick.
あの部屋はいらない部屋だと思ってたんだけど、パルテのおかげで役に立ったぞ。
You know, when you think about it, like you really wouldn't want to go back in the past, because people were dirty back in the day. There was like no hygiene. Like the more 100 years you go back in the past, every 100 years you go back, it gets worse and worse. It's like, do you guys really want to go back in the past like 1,000 years in the past? You know? Like when you think about it, time traveling back in the past like that, it gets often like romanticized, like in like movies and stuff, but you really don't. You really don't want to go back. Especially if you're like a fucking minority too. If you're a minority, you really don't want to go back.
料理か。すごく美味しそう。人間って器用でこういうの得意だったね。
Blimey! Even though she just screamed though.
このロープは何なのよ。外れないわ。
Dude, is she even wearing a top? She's kind of not. She's basically like free. She's basically like free titty in it. Also, thank goodness the nipples aren't being shown. Otherwise, I get banned again.
なんだあれ。
I've already been banned twice. I'd rather not get banned a third time.
ねえねえ、そんなところで何してるの？ロープに絡まるなんて楽しそうだね。全然楽しくないわよ。こんなところにロープの罠を仕掛けるなんて、なんて卑劣な。ひどい。今すぐ下ろしなさい。下ろせって言われても、あんなところ届かないし、どうすればいいんだ？揺らせば落ちるんじゃないかな。私の揺らしテクニックを見せてあげるよ。
She doesn't even look like she's that caught in it, honestly. Yeah, she doesn't look like she's really stuck. Oh, wait, is this Idea Factory trying to put a little bit of bondage in the game? Is that what this is supposed to be? If this is supposed to be bondage, it kind of sucks for bondage.
おい、クラレット、揺らしすぎだ。壊れるだろう。あ、落ちた。でも、無事に降りれてよかったね。全然無事じゃないわよ。
Oh shit, she's supposed to be a succubus. That explains why she's basically naked. Oh shit, yeah, she really is topless, by the way. Like, she's using her fucking wings as kind of like a cape or something. So like, her wings are kind of like covering up her tits, but like she's basically naked. I mean, I could say almost the same thing for the other girls though. He is a demon monster girl.
こんな卑劣な罠を仕掛けるなんて、あなたたちは私以上に悪魔だわ。私たち罠なんて仕掛けてないよ。船にはロープはついてるものなのに、よく今まで無事だったね。 ロープだけじゃなくて問題なのは匂いの方よ。匂いに夢中でロープに気づけなかったわ。それって食い意地が張ってただけで、もしかしてあなたバカな子なんじゃないかな。悪魔に対してバカとはあなたの方がバカなのでは。悪魔の恐ろしさを味わわせてあげようかしら。
I kind of like the implication that like in the span of like one cutscene, like I guess Otto is the one doing the booby train to everybody. So like Otto basically booby trained Claret already.
ちょっとクラレットちゃんバカにしすぎ。怒らしちゃったじゃん。
Well, actually, that's not true. Like, Otto was teaching Perut how to, like, booby train herself. So he's probably teaching everyone how to booby train themselves then.
あなたもバカにしてるわね。本当に分からせてあげた方が良さそうね。必殺の魅力。あれ？なんともないみたいだね。そもそも魅了って女性には効かないんじゃないかな。
It doesn't work on Jose! Guys, this game is anti-gay. There's no Yuri. There we go. Now we know. This game is not Yuri, despite having, I think, Otto being the only guy in the game. And Otto's not even human. Otto's like a seal. Or Otto is like a fucking sea otter or some shit. They're not gay. They're not lesbian.
あら、そうなのね。今まで聞かない理由がやっとわかったわ。ありがとう。
Although it's kind of dumb that like a succubus doesn't realize that she can't make chicks gay.
自分のことなのにそんなことも知らなかったのかな。間違いなくバカな子みたいだね。私は素直にお礼を言っているのに、あなたたちはひどすぎよ。
What kind of fucking demon are you? Claret is like Claret's the meanest one in the group right now. She's basically like the mean blonde chick. Which, the fact that Claret is blonde kind of makes it even better, actually. Y'all know the stereotype. Like, you got the mean blonde girl in high school. Jesus. Let me give this a try. Shit, I can't remember. Okay, wait. Green? Green beats blue. Blue beats red. Red beats green? I think that's what it was. I can't check right now. Oh, wow, she got paralyzed. Oh, cool, I skipped a turn. Nice fucking 3 damage, Perut. Oh, well, she actually has a lot of HP. Oh, that did significantly less damage. I guess I'm supposed to be using skills because it definitely kind of ramped up a little bit. Oh wow, 25 damage just for poison. Yeah, she has like way more HP than like Claret and Joel did. Her damage kind of sucks though. Yeah, the poison damage just does more damage than my regular attacks. Every time I look at Waffle, it looks like her boobs are trying to like fly out of her chest. Yeah, I wonder. Wait, I need to see if I can do this. Shit, it's too late. It's already too late. I had to test out my thing next fight. Yeah, it was already too late. Yeah, I guess I didn't need to cheat anyway. You know, when I look at the side view for Claret, it doesn't actually look that bad. It's just Claret's front view looks terrible though. Oh no, I beat the nice demon lady. I'm so mean. That's right, Claret. Forget about fighting the succubus. The food's getting cold. Don't waste food. You know what? I've never tried hardtack. I watched so many like cooking documentaries about old school food actually because it interests me, and I know that old school food is terrible, but I still want to try hardtack. Like authentic hardtack. I want to try food from like the fucking 1500s. Yes, we're gonna leave her right there because the power of friendship wins everything. God, Perut is so nice. At the start of the game, I thought Perut was gonna be one of those kind of like obnoxious main characters, but like they really made Perut kind of like a shonen protagonist. She's so nice. That's right, we beat you, and now we go eat. Perut, you're making me hungry! I'm getting hungry now. I gotta go cook dinner after this stream. I have fish too! I have fish in my fridge right now. I'm gonna deep fry it. She's a succubus, so can't she get her subsistence by like just fucking a guy? Oh wait, if they're old school pirates, doesn't that mean that the spice trade is like really lucrative then? Like black pepper, right? Like even like black pepper is like super expensive, like way back in the day. And salt too, don't forget the salt. Salt, black pepper, fucking any other like Asian spices. Indian spices? Yeah, Indian spices. Maybe this Friday we could do another cooking stream. Because like I did go shopping, so I have a lot of I have food now for a bit. I mean, food got more expensive, which kind of sucks, but like at least I have food in my fridge. We can make some takoyaki. Make some takoyaki on stream.
食べるんだぜ。女性がお腹を空かせているなんてよくない。遠慮はいらないんだぜ。
Dude, look, he's trying to do like that shonen protagonist bit. He'll feed her, and then Sakura is gonna be all like, "Oh my god, I love you." Except one problem. This is kind of like bestiality, actually. Because he's not human. He's not humanoid. He's just a seal. Or like an otter. I guess he's supposed to be an otter. He's more like a seal, I guess. He's pink. He's a fucking pink fictional water creature. So, this is kind of wrong, actually. They do fuck.
親切なモンスターさん、ありがとう。それに比べて、あの方たちはひどいわ。
I still legitimately want to know, like, how big his dick is. I seriously, like, not even joke. I'm not even like a joke. I want to know, like, does he have a penis? And if he does, like, how big is it? And like, can he actually, like, you know, do the thing with like the monster girls? Is that a thing that they can do? Does he derive pleasure from it? I legitimately want to know. Maybe check Pixiv? He probably does, because like, this is supposed to be a reoccurring character in the Genkai Toki games. I haven't played the Genkai Toki games mostly though. Like, I did live stream like Mon Musu like one time, but I didn't beat it though. Like, I just played like one chapter of it on stream, and then like I moved on to something else. This is supposed to be the fourth. This is the fourth Genkai Toki game. So like, people say that like Alton's supposed to be a recurring character though. Like, he's meant to be like a jokey character that shows up in every game. So if he's a recurring character, he probably has fan art. The cursed fan art kind.
そしたらぶっ飛ばされて船の中でずっと倒れていたみたいなんだじ。
料理に夢中で覚えてないけど、どうせ変なこと考えてたんでしょ。自業自得よ。
本当にやましいことはなかったと思うじ。そして俺は気を失っていたみたいだが、色から目覚めて誘われるままここに来たんだじ。
色かって、まさかあの魅了攻撃が効いてたの？私たちには効かないのに、離れてたオットンに効くなんてある意味すごいよ。
しかし俺がいない間に可愛いモンムスを寄ってたかっていじめるとは本当に乱暴な奴らだじ。
You were so mean to the cute monster girl.
いやでも今回は私たち悪くないよ。勝手にロープに引っかかってちょっとバカにしたら襲ってきたんだから。
しっかりバカにしてるんだじゃ。俺のように優しく手を差し伸べることがなぜできないんだじゃ。
こんな優しいモンスターは初めて。私の魅了も効くし、ご飯はくれるし、気に入ったわ。
そうかお。また俺の魅力でモンムスを虜にしてしまったじ。俺も罪なモンムスなんだじ。
それに比べてあなたたちは暴力はまだいいとして、こんなに美味しい料理をお預けとはひどすぎるわ。
How terrible for not sharing your food with me.
お預けのがひどいの？でもあんたちゃっかり食べ終わってるし、食べたなら働いてもらうよ。ここまでが計算づくの罠。恐ろしい。でもいいでしょう。供物をきっちり3食捧げるならば従うわ。
So wait, was she actually starving? Like, is she a terrible succubus? I mean, she seemed like she was pretty strong. Like, is she that bad at like just getting food, or like even trying to like go on other pirate ships and like get dudes to do stuff for her? She literally has a charm spell that like is supposed to make guys do stuff for her. Is she just that bad at her job? I want 3 meals a day. I just want to be fed.
契約成立だわ。私に供物を捧げる限り、私はあなたのために秘宝を探すわ。
I'm actually kind of disappointed now that Perut's actually a girl. Like, Perut could have been like a guy main character. But I guess they didn't want to do like another harem game though. I guess to be fair, Idea Factory already has like a lot of harem games, so they just want to make a Yuri game this time. Also, this game is old, by the way. This is a PS Vita game, actually. You know, you guys remember the PS Vita? Remember that award-winning handheld console that Sony made all those years ago? The one that was better than the 3DS? You know, it's not like people would prefer playing on their phones in the Vita. Oh god, the Vita. It's like when you know what's funny though? The Vita actually had a lot of really good weeable waifu games on it though. But that's like the only thing it had going for it. Like, it didn't have a lot of like worldwide appeal. The Vita was actually a good like weeable otaku console. But like, an otaku console cannot survive on its own though. You kind of need like mainstream shit on it. The Vita was just not mainstream.
とうとう俺の魅力に気づいたモンムスが現れたち。サキュラを仲間に入れたのは正解。
I really did want the Vita to do well. Just didn't though.
3色であんたの相手をしてもらえるなら安いもんよ。サキュラちゃんにはおっとん係をしてもらいましょう。
俺のために仲間を増やすとは、バルテも俺の重大さが分かっているようだぜ。
あんたのためなわけないじゃん。探すついでにあんたの相手をさせるだけでバカだけどいいモンムスってことが分かったからだよ。
She may be dumb, but she's a good girl. I feel that that applies to like literally every party member right now. That they're all dumb, but they're good girls. That literally applies to them all. Is there a good Vita emulator? There should be now. The thing is that like, I haven't bothered to check though, because funny enough, a lot of Vita games are being ported right now. Like, especially Idea Factory. Like, funny enough, a lot of the Idea Factory games I have streamed on stream a couple times, they're actually all old Vita games that got ported either to PC or to the Switch right now. Like, it's like every Vita game that is an otaku game that didn't sell that well, they're all getting ported right now. They're either getting ported to PC or like Switch. So like, there almost isn't even a reason to even play a Vita emulator now. But yeah, there should be a good one now at this point. I mean, the Vita's old, so there's gotta be an emulator. Oh, I remember too being excited. I can't believe I was excited for this, but like, I remember that like the Vita, like not only did it have a touchscreen, the back was a touchscreen too. Like I remember like in the when they were showcasing the Vita, like at E3, like one of the stupid shit for the Vita that they did was that like they had someone, I think it was Uncharted. They had Uncharted for the Vita, and like they had a guy climbing the ladder by moving his fingers like on the back of the Vita. Like he's swiping it like up and down like this basically. And it's like he's like, look what you can do with the Vita. I'm using my fingers to climb the ladder. And I remember watching that. I'm all like, can't you just use up on the D-pad? You just use up on the D-pad. This is not immersive. Are you trying to say this is immersive? Yeah, the Vita had a lot of weird marketing decisions around it. Another thing too that like the Vita was also like really bad about was that like they kept trying to advertise crossplay. And like Sony like kind of didn't do anything with crossplay though. Like they tried so hard to market it though. They're like, oh, like you can do the PS3 and like Vita games, they could like all play with each other and shit. But then like, they only did like a few dozen games though. They did like a few dozen games and then like that was it. And then they kind of just like forgot all about crossplay afterwards. At this point, there was more crossplay from PC to console than there is from the Vita to the PlayStation, which is kind of sad actually. I don't know what was happening with Sony at the time, but it really is their own fault that the Vita like just died the way it did. Like Nintendo did a much better job marketing the 3DS. Info, keep booby training has been added. My god, holy shit. My god. Okay. So much things unlocked. Alright. Oh, Sakura's not in the party, so that means I need to put her in the party. I'll take out Waffle, because Waffle doesn't seem that useful right now. Sorry, Waffle, you're booted off the team. I'm keeping Jewel, because Jewel poisons people. So yeah, that's good. M cup, W cup, P cup, Q cup. Okay, so Wasakwa is supposed to be a G cup. Ah, okay. Yo! Yo, damn! That's literally just a string, by the way. That's just a string. Wait, how do you zoom in again? What's the zoom in button? Wait, no. I'm trying to zoom in. Wait, I'm trying to zoom in. Hold on. Am I hitting the right buttons? I can't. What the? I don't get it. I don't think it's trying to tell me that the XYAB is zoom. So I think it's trying to say the D-pad is zoom. But then I'm hitting the D. Oh, there it goes. Now it's working. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to zoom in on that ass. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. She is a P cup. Now she is a Q cup. That's all I did. All I did was boob size. That's good enough. I'd say that's good enough. Boobykin. Keep booby training. Booby training helps one grow strong, but a chest status affects strength. Everyone should aim to gain the breast they desire. Bigger isn't always necessarily better. I beg to differ. How to use egg. How does one use egg? Have you already got your hands on some eggs? Just have to crack them open to get what's inside. Help me with my request and I'll show you how. How does one egg? Or some, oh, tough kinikos? Oh, I could carry my, oh, I could get those. Oh, I can kill these things. Okay, I could totally kill these things. All right. I have nothing to buy right now. Oh, look at that. I've unlocked the next map. Cool. I'm kind of sad that, like, I can't explore the ship. I kind of wish that, like, they made, like, a ship map or something for me to go through. It's a hairy ball sack. My god, her tits are huge. Also, she uses a giant fork to fight. I have a white egg! I just actually bought eggs, too, at the store. Harry Marmo, and what's the other thing? Marine Boing. I think I do need to fight both of these things. So basically, MP is infinite, technically, so there's no reason for me not to use MP. Yeah, basically just always use MP. I get what her pose is supposed to be doing. Like, it's supposed to be a sexy pose where she, like, moves up her body. But, like, it doesn't really work, though, because, like, her boobs are too big now. MP, muscle points. Actually, the game did tell me what MP stood for. Let me see. What does it stand for again? It stands for Muramura. Muramura points. Muramura. That's what it stands for. More squared. Squared? Yeah, more squared. That works. That sounds about right. Okay, wait. I just want to go to the next area. Oh, wait. Can I change my... Can I change who the leader is? Oh, look! Oh, cool! Yo! Dude. Dude. I like how the back of her, I like how the back of her clothes, that's her tentacles. Because she's supposed to be a kraken. And then, yo, that's definitely anti-gravity. Jesus. H monster, current location, event, change area, dungeon exit. Oh my god. I forgot. Yeah, so officially, Sakura doesn't actually wear clothing. She's using her she had to actually make her wings bigger to cover like how big I made her. But she doesn't actually wear a top though. She only wears a top during the booby train segment because like you know, they want to keep the game like not M-rated, I suppose. But yeah. Wait, is that PayPal? Hold on. I just got a message from PayPal.
お腹が空いたわ。
Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay. I got a message from PayPal. I just had to double check it.
ぴょんと。敵が来たわ。私かな。覚悟はいいかな。海に沈め。弱すぎじゃないかな。
I do have like 4 party members now, so like I probably don't even need to spend MP anymore, at least on the first dungeon. It's good enough now for me just to like just put on auto battle.
行くわ。それ。任せて。来いよ。お仕置きか。
I am still disappointed that the auto battle in this game is not actually that much faster than like just rapidly pushing the A button.
食べられるものかしら。
Like in Shin Megami Tensei games, the auto battle, like it actually gets rid of like animations and stuff. But here, the auto battle is just a game like pushing the A button for you. That's all it is. It basically is just a lazy way of doing it. I can basically emulate the auto battle in this game just with a turbo controller. Oh good, there's the mushrooms, the kinokos. I need to kill like 3 of these things. I still have no idea how to get this. I still have no idea how to get this. But I assume I might need to backtrack here or something. Because I can't swim. Even though it's kind of stupid because I technically have a character that can swim right now. I have a character that, like, is all water and shit, but the game won't let me go that way. Because, you know, the developers didn't program that in. It's the same kind of complaint that you can have about, like, most RPG games. Where, like, you have, like, a wizard character, they can, like, summon meteors and shit. But, like, a small, like, bush gets in your way in the dungeon, and you can't do anything about it. I can't remember if I'm supposed to be fighting these bananas. Yeah, this was a lot harder when I only had like 1 party member, but now it's pretty simple. Is this the 3rd one? I think this is the 3rd one. I just came here just to do my side quest. That's the only reason why I'm here. I found fried tofu on the ground. Would you guys trust that? Fried tofu that you found in the middle of a forest? I would not eat that. An extract capable of drying up powers a Perut's breast. Oh. Fried tofu. Oh, wrong button. Changing leaders. You can ask for info on the ship. Oh, I can't do that now. Got it, okay. I killed 3 kinokos. Oh, I can't do that here either. I gotta do it on the ship. Okay. I gotta do it on the ship. I gotta kill more bananas. More bananas. Man, these guys respawn fast. I kind of feel like it should go with like Minecraft rules, where like in Minecraft the enemies don't respawn if they're like if you're next to the spawn point. I turned my back literally for like 2 seconds, and like all the enemies have already respawned. I think the respawn's too fast actually. Or the way I prefer it actually, I prefer it if like the area, if the area does not respawn enemies when you're still there. If you want to grind, then you leave the area and then you simply just come back. I think that's a better way to do it. It makes it easier to like explore the map without worrying about enemies coming back. Alright, cool. I've got all my shit. I think I'm actually going to keep Claret as a team leader because like I like her character design more than Perut's character design. Sorry, Perut, I know that you're the main character, but I like Claret better. Yeah, her design looks more pretty. In dungeons, you can command your leader. The leader can be changed via combatants. That's it. That's it. Three potions that, like, I kind of didn't really need. Oh, shit. I need to kill more Harry Marmos. All right. $200 monies. Love potion. I mean, I don't really need the gold, but I guess I'll go back. I'll go back to kill those Harry. I'm going to assume the next the next area probably doesn't have Harry Marmos, so like I'll come back here. Oh, I get it. I get it. Wait, so if I change leader right now... Okay, if I change leader... I go fight this guy. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought that the leader would like make you go first, but it doesn't actually work that way. Claret just has like a naturally high speed. That's why she's always going first. I just happen to have her as the leader because I like her character, so that was just a coincidence. So far from the menu, I don't see a way to like fast travel off the map that I'm on. So like I have to like actually walk back to the entrance. We've already talked about this, Fuji. I can't help it because I make everyone's boobs bigger. It can't be done. It can't be helped. It can't be helped. I make everyone's boobs bigger. It just kind of happens. Fix it back. Oh wait, I gotta save the game. Okay, there you go. I saved the game. Now I can do the thing I wanted to test out. All right. All right. So if I go up. If I go to stats... Alright, I have 6. I have 6. Hold on. I have 6. Perut's the main character, so she's gonna show up in a lot of cutscenes. I'm gonna assume it's unsigned 32 as usual. Let's see. 6. Do a scan for 6. To be fair, I probably should have done this when I had like the other bigger H extracts, but I didn't. But too late for that now. I'm not restarting. Alright, cool. Now, Perut's an N cup. Alright, that's 5. Alright, let's see. Go back to Edison. I will do a search for 5. Because like there's like different tiers. There's like different tiers of like the training extracts, and this is technically the lowest tier. Now she's an O-Cup. Now she has 4 left. Do search for... Okay, it's one of these things, right? It's gotta be one of them. If I make that 60. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to cheat. Oh, shit. Okay, wait, I get it. I get it. That's technically not what I want to cheat. I want to cheat the, Oh, okay. I'm cheating for the wrong thing. Oh, okay, I get it. So, like, there's, like, the potion bottle, and then, like, there's, like, the numerical value inside the potion bottle, and that's actually what's more important. Because, like, I could change the breast size all I want, but the breast size doesn't actually affect their stats at the moment. All it does is it affects their, like, what they look like in the screen. But, like, I care more about the stats right now, though. Okay, I'm searching for the wrong value anyway. Okay, I gotta reload. Okay, so if I load, I will undo the thing that I did for Peru, and if I go back now... Oh, no, it's still at 26. Okay, no, I get it, okay. So basically, when it goes to a certain number, it just increases the amount of bottles I have. That's what that is. Okay. So I don't need to cheat for that number. That number means nothing to me. What I do need to do is change what I'm looking for, though. So it's not an unsigned 32. Is it a double value? Might be a double. I doubt it's a float value. Hold on. It might be unsigned 32 still, but it might be like a main then. I probably should have done a search for main instead. That probably would have been better. That looks like it was a little bit better. Let's see. Alright, got my stats up. Alright. So now she has 5. Because now my stats are actually going up. Because if I go to the other characters... See, the other characters, look at the max +0. So, like, I changed the size of their boobs, but I didn't affect their stats, though. The bonus is there, but the stat, though, the actual stat change is unaffected. So, I need to actually use the training extract that they already had. I need to use the training extract that they are getting by fighting versus the training extract that changed the size of their boobs. So, the difference kind or something. Am I looking for the stat value or the item value? The item value matters more to me right now. I usually don't actually hard cheat for stats usually in games because, like... So, like, I have a weird rule when it comes to cheating. There's no reason why for decimal value. I agree with what you're saying. However, games are weird. And a lot of games, they still use decimal values for shit that doesn't make sense. For example, take HP values, for example. You'd be surprised, actually, how many games out there go with decimal points for HP values, even though you, the player, don't see the decimal points. You'd be surprised, actually. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, it's not unsigned 32. I don't know why a lot of games are programmed that way. I know that some developers, they do intentionally try to prevent cheating though. So like they do code it weirdly that way. But I know not all games do that. But you just gotta keep searching until you find something that sticks. But like, what was I saying again? Right. So I have a weird rule when it comes to cheating. So like usually like I try not to make myself like an immortal god when I start cheating. Usually like I try to actually do a certain minimal amount of cheating just to make the game more tolerable to me. It depends on like what I usually care about. Like even if I care mostly about story for most RPGs I play, the gameplay kind of matters too, but it depends on how toxic the gameplay is. Like dungeon crawlers, for example. Like, I hate dungeon crawlers. But some dungeon crawlers have, like, really interesting stories, but, like, I also don't get the same experience when I watch a YouTube video, though. Like, there's plenty of like, YouTube content creators out there that, like, upload, like, an RPG game of just the cutscenes, for example. But that's not good enough for me, though. Because, like, I find value in, like, talking to the NPCs and, like, seeing, like, the extra dialogue in, like, quest lines or something. And a lot of those uploaders, they only upload the main cutscenes. But I want to see more than that. So usually I still need to play the game. But, like I said, I don't like dungeon crawlers. And some other games are kind of, like, pretty toxic in gameplay. So, for me, for those kind of games, I would go hardcore into cheating then. Like, I'd just, like, make myself, like, level 100 or something. But for other games, though, I don't go that hard unless it's a game that I've already beaten. In which case, now I'm just messing around. But I try not to make myself a god until I get to the point where, like, I actually get bored of the game. Like, I still want to read the story, but the gameplay itself, I'm getting bored. So, at that point, I'll make myself strong enough to, like, one-shot all the bosses, and that way I could just kind of, like, just cheat the game as a visual novel. So that's usually my philosophy when it comes to cheating. The way I see it when it comes to, like, especially when it comes to cheating for experience, for example, it's like, there's no difference in me giving myself, like, 5 extra levels versus me spending 20 or 30 minutes, like, you know, going around, like, a Pokemon grass patch and just, like, fighting the same Pokemon over and over again for experience. Basically, like, assuming that I'm not cheating for, like, stats or anything else like that, like, if I just give myself just pure experience, then, like, you know, like, I'm not actually, like, all I'm doing is reducing the amount of time it takes for me to, like, get a certain thing. I'm not actually, like, I'm not making the game, into, like, a on-rails experience. Sometimes I want that, though. Sometimes I do want an on-rails experience. It just depends what I'm in the mood for. Fuck. Oh, wow, I got heal. Alright, awesome. Alright, let's see. I might need to reload again to get this value working. Oh, reset. That's what I want to do. Well, it wouldn't be assigned. it usually wouldn't be assigned. I really don't want to try looking for a void pointer because, like, void pointers, like, usually, like, take a while to they usually take a while to, like, try and find. And, like, I'm not trying to find, like, a permanent cheat thing anyway. I'll go ahead and do this. I'm not too confident about this, but, like, if this doesn't work, I'll go ahead and cheat out the numerical value then. The numerical value probably will work just as well if I can cheat that out. Alright, that's 3. I'll go ahead and use one more. Oh, I can also cheat that number too. All right, I can do that one too. Actually, that might be better. That just might be better. Yeah, okay, I'll do that one then. I'm seeing more numbers that I could potentially manipulate. Okay, yeah, so that didn't work. All right. So I'm gonna go see if I can try this one. All right, so that's a 10. I'll go ahead and search out for that unsigned value. All right, so I'll go back to 32. Back to unsigned 32. Let's 10. Yeah, it just hit me like this is probably like this is probably better. This is probably a better thing for me to try test out for. I mean, the game's not even hard right now. I'm not even having a problem with the game, but you know. Okay, that's 9. But I'm already at that point though. I'm already at that point where like I kind of already want to start messing around with the numbers. Is it an unsigned 32? It just might be. Just might be. That's 8. Yeah, this might be just. This just needs to be the number I need to manipulate. This is actually arguably easier too. Because if I cheat out for the extract, I need to keep going back to the screen. If I cheat out for this one though, I could just stay on the screen. So it's actually less work. 100. Can it even go up that high actually? Okay, no way. That's 6. Nope. Can it even go up that high? How about this one? I guess I'll just go down the line. Alright, 80. Nope. Okay, that's 5. I used to like cheat out for every value at the same time, but like I stopped doing that because like I started noticing that like I always get glitches whenever I cheat too many values at once. So I just go one at a time now. It's just safer that way. I mean, to be fair, a game crash only sets me back a little bit, but a game crash is a game crash, and it's still annoying to deal with. There it is. It was the last one. It was literally the last one. Oh wait, no, I want this. Okay. That's it, guys. That's it. I got it. I cracked the code. I've actually cracked the code now. Okay, so what if I... Okay, wait on. So I can make them closer, which I kind of like. So I'm gonna do that. This gets me more agility, actually. No, wait. This gets me more agility, I believe. We got on. Okay, so now that I found the number, now that I found the value, I guess I'll just lock this in place. Freeze value. There we go. Let me see. What else was there? Height up, height down. Okay, wait, actually, I think I might actually want height down. Okay. Okay, so I guess I want that. Okay, so shit, I already forgot what I was doing. Okay, here we go. Okay. Like, I'm gonna try to see if I can just make it look like less ridiculous. I think I might have maxed out the size at this point. What else? What else was I gonna go for? Now that I have like an infinite amount of stuff I can mess with. Firmness. Firmness. I kind of forget like what firmness does for me, honestly. Wait. There we go. Yeah, okay. I think I'd rather want that. Okay. I think that's good. I want to say that that's good. Okay. I will go ahead and unfreeze the value. So it's an unsigned 32-bit value, which makes things a lot more easier for me. Oh, does Perut max out at a P cup? The bonus is at 30%, so I guess it maxes out at 30%. And the thing is that Perut starts off the game at an A cup, actually. So maybe it's because Perut starts off the game with the automatically smaller breast size that she can't go any higher. That would make sense, I guess. Wait, let me check. I don't think it made a difference. No, it kind of made a difference. Kind of? I feel like it didn't really make much of a difference. So, okay, wait, so. So 10%, 25, 15, 10, but right now she has no extra stats, so. I'm not using Waffle right now, though. I'm not using Waffle. Alright, so I am using Claret, though. Yeah, I tried to like push her breast in. That's what I was trying to do. Because like from what I was looking at, it's like you could pull on it and then you could push it in. And then you could also like raise it and lower it. So I tried to manipulate what I could. Unsigned 32. I forgot if it was heap or heap main, but like I might as well do search for both again. I forgot which one it was. I think it was a main value. I think it was. Whoopsie. Alright, so just... That's a 9. I just realized something too. I can actually individually work on the boobs. So I can actually make them like asymmetrical if I want. That'd be kind of weird, but I could though. It's within my power. Like, I don't need to work on both boobs equally. I can make them different. Okay, this should be the last time I need to search for the value. 8. Because, like, each analog stick actually is to one side of the boob. Like, the right analog stick is the right boob, and the left analog stick is the left boob. Freeze value. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, let's see. I think I'm maxed out. I think I'm definitely maxed out at this point. Okay, so if I do this... Oh, I can see it! Oh, I can see it! I see a difference. I can actually see it. I can actually see it. Okay. Yep, I can actually see it. Alright, so I don't want that then. So I actually want height down. Yeah, like that actually looks a lot less ridiculous. Okay, there we go. It's like, am I maxed out? I might be maxed out. Which means I could go ahead and just turn off the freeze value. Yeah, I'm dumb. It's like I was trying to cheat out the potions, but the potions would have been more annoying though. So Claret started at a D cup, if I remember. Yeah, so Claret tops out at an O cup. Cleavage, perkiness, softness, firmness. It's like, I kind of maxed out what I could max out. I mean, to be fair, I care most about the attack power anyway. Okay, now I get it. So when I did that, I increased the bonuses, but her stats technically haven't changed though. It says it says +0. And right now, I'm only getting a plus for, Oh, now I get it. I've been looking at this wrong the entire time. When it says +0, it just means that, like, +0 for the current session. So, like, I am affecting the stats. It's just that, like, the moment that I go off screen, it goes back to +0. So that doesn't mean that, like, I didn't change my stats. It just means that, like, it's just not showing me anymore. Which I kind of wish it wasn't like that. Because my bonuses, it tells me my bonuses right there. +4%, +30%. So I kind of wish the game would permanently tell me, like, what stat changes I permanently made on the plus max part. So the stats did change. Yeah, I just can't see what I changed, though. Alright. Waffle's a W cup. And I made her into a Q cup. So I guess it really just depends, like, what their original breast size was, I guess? Wait a minute. Ink Smasher. Ink Spit. Guarantee escape from some battles. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how often I'll use that, but that's cool. Boost H extract obtained by oneself. I no longer need that anymore. Like, that is a worthless thing to me. Super Masochist. Boost MP fill rate when receiving an attack. Oh shit, that means that's canon. If she actually has it as a skill, that means canonically Jules a masochist. I think the only equipment I have is for, so far I don't have a reason to change my equipment. I'm already killing everything pretty fast right now anyway. And I also don't see a reason for me to cheat on my items as of this moment. The last time I cheated for HP in an RPG game was for Touhou Gensou Rondo on the PS4. And that was only because I wanted to see what happens if you win the fights that you're not supposed to win. Which is funny because the developers actually put in a cutscene for if you win those fights. The game has a funny cutscene where it's like, they acknowledge that you won, but you weren't supposed to win, and then they kind of just pretend that you lost anyway. So good on the developers for like adding those extra scenes in. No, Claret, don't test the ship. We need the ship. No, the boobykins are sad. Oh, now I feel sad for the boobykins. Because they're the ones that had to fix the ship. Fix the ship. Oh, does she have like an ink spitting problem? Oh shit. Well, I mean, when you think about it, these two would be the dirtiest girls on the ship then. So Claret has an ink spitting problem, and then insert fucking ejaculation joke here, by the way. And Jewel has like a slime problem whenever she moves around. That'd be terrible to have on your ship. I wouldn't want to be the janitor. Also, if Claret has to like release her ink periodically, she could at least do it overboard the ship actually. She doesn't have to do it on the ship. I'm kind of imagining like Claret shooting her ink out, like literally as if she had to like masturbate just to like release her tension or something. You're so good at clean, Jewel. Jewel, don't listen to her. Claret's tricking you. You're being tricked, Jewel. You got played. You just let yourself be played. Jesus. You know what? Funny enough, Sakura actually looks okay, just because like the way her wings cover up her chest, like it kind of makes it like not as noticeable, like how big they're supposed to be. Even though she's technically not wearing a top though. Like Waffle looks ridiculous. I guess I should go back to Waffle's screen and see if I can like push her her breast in a little bit. Yeah, because Waffle actually looks like someone's pulling on her breast, whereas like I don't get the same kind of feeling from Sakura. But like I could definitely tell it's just because of Sakura's character design though.
私も気になるぞ。聞かせてくれ。海を越えるほど遠くに行ったことはないので、さっぱりわからないわ。皆さんは今まで何をしてたの？私も最近仲間になったばかりなんだけど、自分の根城の近くで船を襲ってたんだよ。私と一緒でクラレットさんも悪いですね。よかった。同じモームスがいて。サキュラとクラレットが一緒なんてことないぞ。クラレットは私の船の物資を奪って妨害してたんだから。ジュエルちゃん、あんまりしつこいと手が滑って海に落としちゃうかもしれないかな。
I actually wonder how durable Jewel is. I feel like actually in the straight up fight, if they were in the ocean, I feel like Jewel would actually win that fight. Like, I guess I'm just going to assume that Jewel can't actually, like, morph her body in any shape that, like, most slimes can. Like, it just seems that, like, even if we were to assume that, like, Claret would, like, wrap her tentacles, like, around Jewel, I feel like it shouldn't do anything to her. But I guess maybe, like, since she's a monster girl slime, that, like, she probably has to, like, retain a human form or something. She just can't be amorphous or something. It just seems that she can be amorphous, because, like, when we beat her the first time, she was kind of, like, all, like, drippy and droopy. Kind of weird that they're translating Akuma as monster here, because like it kind of makes the text like kind of awkward, because like they're all monster girls, so the text is having them say that they're not monsters like Sakura and Claret is, but they're using Akuma though. So like really Idea Factory should have done a more literal translation and just kept Akuma as devil, because what they're trying to say is that Claret and Sakura, they're bad people. That's what they're trying to say. The translation is trying to say that they're assholes. They're more assholish than like what Waffle and Jewel is, because they're all monster girls, so they are monsters. But they're using the term monster in the translation for Akuma. But when they say monster, and then they use Akuma differently than they say monster. So the translation's kind of off there. It kind of makes it confusing if you're not listening to it. Basically, long story short, like Jewel and Waffle are just saying, we're not bad like you people. And then Sakura's like, oh, we're bad to the bone. And we love it or something. That's the long story short. Too long, didn't read. And I guess to be fair, even if you don't understand Japanese, it's like if you just read the context clues, it's like you get what they mean by when they say they're not monster. But it does kind of overshadow a bit when they say they're monster girls though. So if you take that literally, then like yeah, they're all monsters.
私は負けちゃったからなんだけど、久しぶりにどこかに行くのもいいかなって
Especially when they speak, they use Akuma and monster differently. Especially when Sakura first introduced herself, she says she's an Akuma monster girl. Basically, she's an Akuma type, is what she said the first time. That's what I'm saying. They do. They do mean that. But like, I'm saying they should have chose a different word for that though, because these girls are literally monster girls. It would be better in context if everybody here was human, for example. If everybody here was human, I would have no problem with the way they would use Akuma then. Even though I still think that'd be a wrong way to translate it though. For them to translate Akuma like that. But if they were all human, I'd have no problem with the translation. I have a problem with the translation because they are literally monster girls. And within the dialogue, they use monster or monmusu. They use monster differently from Akuma. Because in that little conversation they had, they're using the term Akuma exclusively different from monster. But like, for whatever reason, the translation team didn't want to translate that as devil. Or if you wanted to translate it another way, you could just translate it as asshole or bad person or something. There's a couple different ways to translate that I would not have translated it if I were to go back to my fan subbing days. I haven't fan subbed anything in like years though. I stopped fan subbing like back in like 2013. But I always favored more literal translations. I mean, literal translations, but like I also don't do the stupid meme translations though. Kekai It's all like a Keikakudori or whatever. Keikaku translation, no, Keikaku means plan. You know, it's all like shit like that. The infamous literal translations like that I don't do, obviously. Or onsen. Oh, it pisses me off when I see like a fan sub who leaves onsen as onsen. That's definitely weeabo. To me, that's super weeabo. Like, I think onsen should definitely be translated as hot springs. Don't leave it as onsen. The only time that I think would be okay to leave it as onsen is if like you're talking about like the name of a place or something, which that is what they do sometimes. And even then, it depends on the context for me. Like, I know in Love Hina, for example, it depends like what fan sub you read for Love Hina. It's like the name of like the hot springs they were at, like they literally named it onsen something. So like in that case, I guess it's kind of okay. But if the characters are just talking about like onsens in general, then like you should just translate it as hot springs if you're the translator. Oh, I've also seen some weeable translations too for like Umi. Whenever like it's a slice of life anime or something and they translate like, they don't translate Umi. They leave Umi as Umi when they're gonna like go to the beach or something. And that to me, that's super weird. Every time like Waffle says master, she's saying Goshishin, and that's good with me. Like that's definitely the way to translate that. I do get somewhat annoying when I see like translators leave Goshishin as Goshishin in the translation. Unless the story has a very specific reason to make it implicable to the reader that the Goshishin is meant to be read that way. If the story doesn't make it obvious or something, then you should just translate Goshishin Sama as master. You don't need the Goshishin part. Honorifics though, I believe honorifics should actually be written out though. And I feel like Atlas is the only one that does that. Which is weird, because I feel like Nippon Ichi games, for example, are like very weeabo. But Nippon Ichi doesn't do that either, though. I think Atlas is one of the few companies I've seen, especially for like the Persona games and Shin Megami Tensei games, where like they actually say like, you know, they say Junpei-kun or Yukari-chan. They leave the chan and the kun in the translation. And you also see that too in fan subs. Fan subs do it as well. They leave the chan and the kun. But they don't, but like, you don't see that like in other things. Depends on how English your audience is. That's why I'm saying though, the more weeable your audience is, then like the more justification you have for leaving the honorifics in. Which is funny because Atlas shouldn't be doing that then. Atlas is way more mainstream than like Nippon Ichi and Idea Factory are. Nippon Ichi and Idea Factory and Compile Hearts are about as weeabo as you get, honestly. They're super weeabo. They know that their target audience is weeabo as shit. Atlas and Sega are super mainstream. And it's funny that Atlas is one of the few companies that leaves in the honorifics for not being a fan subbing thing. And Atlas even talked about this too. Like Atlas America talked about it. Like a lot of people thought it was kind of cringy back in Persona 3 when they left in the honorifics. They're like, how come you didn't take it out or something? And like Atlas said like, oh, like since they're in a high school environment, we decided to leave it in because it makes more sense for that. And even I will agree too that I think the honorifics are only okay when you're reading the subs, but it is not okay if it's English dub. To me, I think that's cringy if it's English dub. Because they leave it in. They do actually leave it in the dub. Like, the English voice actors, they actually say Junpei-kun, Yukari-chan, Mitsuri-chan, like Senpai, Mitsuri-senpai. They say the honorifics in English, and I think that doesn't work. But it was Atlas's decision, actually, to leave in the honorifics, even in the English dubbing, though. And while I do applaud them for sticking to their guns, though, I think they should not have done that for that part. Simply because it's different for an American audience that goes to American schooling. That kind of, like, relationship doesn't appear in America. To, like, have to, like, add in, like, extra suffixes and prefixes to people's names. Especially with the whole thing about Japan, how, like, people usually refer to each other by their last name and not their first name. Because in most Western-speaking worlds, everyone just refers to each other by their first names. Nobody ever calls each other by their last name, unless you're trying to be, like, super polite or something. And when you are super polite like that, it just sounds awkward. Whereas, like, in Japan, if you call someone by your first name, that implies already that they're so close to each other. And even then, they're still using honorifics then. Like, for example, like in Persona 3, some people do call Junpei Irori-kun. They call him Irori-kun because, like, they're not close enough to call him by his first name just yet. So they call him by his last name. And then, like, when you see the party members say Junpei, then, like, you know that they're kind of close because they say Junpei, but they're still using honorifics, though. They say Junpei-kun. They don't say Junpei. Nobody is calling each other by their first name without an honorific unless they're super close to each other. Or they're siblings. Siblings get a free pass at, like, not calling each other with honorific or something like that. So that's why I believe English dubbing is kind of cringy when they leave that part in. But I'm a sub versus dub kind of guy anyway. So yeah, I don't listen to English dubs most of the time. And like I said, it's like an Atlas only problem. Because I actually literally think Atlas is the only company that does that. I don't think any other company does that at all. And to be fair, if you're weeabo enough, you hear it. You hear the honorifics, but I think it'd be nice to see it in the text, though.
秘宝を探してるんだけど、ありそうな場所知らない？ちょっとわからないかな。奪った宝の中にはないと思うんだけどね。今まではどうやって探してたのかな？それはね、これよ。秘宝に反応する羅針盤。運命に選ばれた私にふさわしいアイテムでしょ。
I do question the scientific reasoning for a compass that reacts to treasure. I mean, I know the answer is magic. It's magical, but I do want to know how it works still. Like, the word treasure can mean a lot of things to different people. So I'm just going to assume that the compass reacts magically to what the person thinks themselves is treasure. So, like, if Perut has the compass, it's different versus, like, if Claret had the compass. Or, like, if Waffle had the compass. It'd be, like, whatever their definition for what treasure is. So that means in like, I'll be derogatory here. That means, like, if you were to give it to, like, an otaku or something, then, like, the otaku, his compass would point to, like, figurines or something, you know? That's because, like, that's what his definition of treasure is or some shit like that. If you were to give, like, the compass to, like, a shonen protagonist, then, like, it would point to people or something. That's usually what they would do. Like, the compass would point to people. Because to the shonen protagonist, it'd be all like, oh, friendship. Friendship is the biggest treasure there is or some shit like that. They'd do something like that cheesy. Remember, the real treasure is the friends that you made along the way. Oh, I remember Monster Rancher did that, actually. Monster Rancher literally did that. So, in Monster Rancher, the anime, the main character actually has a magical stone. And the magical stone, it points in the direction of, like, Monster Disc. However, they literally only find, like, one Monster Disc, like, in the entirety of the series, though. Instead, every time that they'd use the magical stone compass, like, it pointed them to another monster that wasn't in disc form, though. It just pointed them to another monster that was, like, already out. And then, like, once they became friends with that monster, and that monster joined the party, then the compass would point to somewhere else, though. So, literally, in that series, the magical compass, it didn't point to Monster Disc, it pointed to friends. Which means that, like, the moral of the story for that anime was literally that the monsters on the way was the friends that you were going to make or something. Friendship.
海賊ってクラレットちゃん以外にもいるの？全部沈めちゃったりしてない？私は沈めたりしないんだよ。
You make that money, Fuji. You make that money. Pay them bills.
他の海賊？クラレットちゃんも加わったし、私たちの強さなら返り討ちにするよ。他にはないの？お宝の情報とか。心当たりがないこともないかな。私が奪った宝がこの辺の海に沈めてあるよ。私じゃ持ち歩けないから沈めてたんだけど、どこにあったかな。見つけたらパルテちゃんのものだよ。あ、いいの？それなら探してみようっと。あ、でもジュエルちゃんには内緒だよ。
Oh shit, cool. What, are you kidding me? That's it? That was the treasure? The treasure was literally an item that I got, like, on the first island. That wasn't really much of a treasure. But thanks, Jewel.
私がおとなしく従ったと思ってるなんて甘い子たちばかりだわ。
Oh no, the backstab. She's acting sussy now.
今は従ったふりをして船に乗り込み、信用を得るために機が熟すのを待っているだけよ。
Already in pain paying the car loan payment. Yeah, that's why, like, I don't want to get a new car right now. Because, like, my car is paid off. So I just pay for gas.
いずれこの船のみんなを私の虜としてしまえば、あとは好きなだけ寝て食べて過ごすだけだわ。悪い。なんて私は悪いのかし
Oh no!
恐ろしいわ。
Sakura's the imposter.
そろそろ見張りをしないと。これも信用を得るためだから、今はちゃんと働いているふりをしないと。
Don't trust her.
高いところは日差しが強く、潮風も冷たいからお肌に悪いのよね。ま、寝ててもバレないし、これでご飯ももらえるから、今も結構楽よね。
And then by the end of the game, Sakura will be all like, "Oh, I like you girls. I was gonna betray you, but now I'm not gonna betray you." But then she won't admit it though, because she'll be a tsundere about it. Is that an island that I can... There's nothing on the island. Got it. Good talk. Status ailment, status alteration, pheromone ailment. If multiple at the same time are inflicted, the last one inflicted would be applied, the previous one would be removed. Poison, paralysis, and sick. Poison, receive damage, paralyzed, take damage at start of each turn. Wait, what the heck? Yo, they fucked up. Okay, wait. If you look at the picture, but you look at the text on the bottom, they fucked up. Poison, receive damage each turn, paralysis, unable to perform any actions on earned turn. But if you look at the picture, though, the picture said they copy and pasted. They literally copy and pasted from poison. Take damage at the start of each turn. Yo, somebody missed it. Yo, Idea Factory, somebody didn't fucking proofread. Sick, command type skills cannot be used and MP cannot be gained. This game is unplayable. Fucking 0 out of 10. Unplayable. With the pheromone ailments, ailments, damage dealt and received can be increased or decreased while attacking and defending by changing one's pheromone to the color or different type than usual. Oh, okay. Okay, that's how that works. Alright. Ailment changed from blue to green? Okay, okay. A character whose pheromone is normally red can have it changed to blue due to pheromone ailment. After which even fire attack skills will have a blue pheromone effect. Cool. Imagine your typical opportunities as all maxed out with powerful skills and equipped, but one of them betray your team and you have to fight them with the same stats. I feel like I've seen that a couple times in like Final Fantasy, I think. But then like in most RPGs though, they just like, they have a preset though. They have like a preset level, which, you know what's kind of funny about that though? If they have like a preset level for the fight, then that means technically sometimes they get weaker then. I know I've definitely played some RPGs though, where like, if you're reading a guide, the guide tells you that like, one of your party members is about to betray you. Like, it's a spoiler guide, and then like, the guy says to like, unequip them. So that means like, you're playing an RPG where like, they do keep their stats or something. But, I think nowadays though, I think it's just more common just to have like a preset level. So, when they do betray your team, it doesn't matter what level they were at. This also means that if they were under-leveled, then like, the fight won't be easy either. I've definitely had that happen a couple times to me in old school RPGs though, where like, it was a party member that I didn't use, so they were actually very under-leveled over the rest of the team. So when I did fight them, the fight was very easy. And then like, people online would be like, yo, that fight was so hard! And I'd be like, really? He was like level 5. I just beat his ass. I also believe too now, it's also more common as well for games to like give everybody experience, regardless of whether or not they're in the party or not. Because a lot of old school RPGs, if they're not in the party, they don't get experience. So that means you really can't have people under-leveled. Wait, what is this? Never even looked at this. Oh wait, the try-on just lets me try on different equipment. Right, that's what that is, but I can't do anything with that anyway. I do need to go back to this. Okay. So blue beats red, Red beats green, green beats blue. Got it. All right. I mean, for the most part, it hasn't mattered right now, though. So far, it has not mattered. I can't tell if that thing's looking this way. Okay, now I know you're looking that way. Oh, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Oh, there's his eyes. I couldn't tell where his eyes were. Odin cook. Odin cook. Oh shit. Damn. Alright. I didn't know these guys had AoE. Oh damn, that thing's freaky. Dongo War. Oh, he looks like a dongo. I get it. Yeah, he looks just like a dongo. Poison all. Oh, that kind of sucks. Yeah, at this point, I'm not gonna worry about cheating for HP yet. Although, I might want to cheat for experience, actually. I kind of might want to cheat for experience. Stats. Oh! Oh! This game, it doesn't do traditional level ups. Oh, okay. In order to booby train, use booby training extract, which is created when a certain amount of extract is taken from battle. The booby training effects are as follows. Yeah, the girls don't actually have like levels. Oh, okay. How to booby train, I already got that part. It's like I kind of had to reread this again because I kind of like forgot what the game told me like last live stream. It's been a while. Because I can't play the game off stream, so like I have to play on stream only. Character stat. Oh yeah, you got that part. Alrighty. So this means that I think I do actually want to cheat out for the special H extract then. So I have 213 H extract. So if I save my game right now. I go to stats. I go to Perut. Stat up. Okay, I see. Now I get it. So the special H extracts, that's technically my experience. And then like when it gets to a certain threshold, then I get to have stat ups. That's what that means. Now I get it. So that means if I were to cheat out for more of that then. So 213. So if I do a search for 213. See, this theory of mine is true. Because I could technically change out like the booby. I could technically do the booby training anytime I want, but if I do it anytime I want, all I'm doing is just physically altering their appearance, though, because I'm not always getting stats from it. I need to have enough of the training extract to be able to like make anything happen. Which makes sense though, because like at the start, I did include all the training extract DLCs I got, but then like when I used them though, all I did was increase the boost I got, but I didn't like actually increase my stats. Otherwise, my girls would be way stronger right now. Like Perut should be way stronger because I used up a lot of the DLC items on her, but all I did was just change her boob size.
さあやっちゃうよやっちゃうね覚悟はいいかな海に沈め
Nice.
活躍するぞ痛いぞきたきた一斉
So this should go up now. It's gonna go from 213. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Alright, 213, so... No? No? I was wrong. So it's just what I originally thought then. The special H extract is just a numerical number that gets you more potions then. That's all that means. So I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, this game just doesn't have... It doesn't have a traditional level up system. Huh. Well, now that I think about it... I guess maybe it's possible, like, the number of training extracts I use actually is what determines how much stats I get then. Which means this is a number I do want to cheat then. That might be something that I do want to cheat. Usually in a typical RPG, I would just cheat out for experience, and then, like, I could just level up my characters, but not so much here. 160. I'm actually not sure this will even work now, since the number actually went down. I will see if I could search for 160. If I can, this still kind of works. This still, no, yeah. This kind of works out still, actually. So... It seems like it's always the last one I do. It's like never the first one. 900. 9,000? Okay, so it's possibly not an unsigned 32-bit value then. $900. All right. Yeah, so it's being reset. All right. I could cheat out stats, possibly. Stats are usually a little bit harder to do, though. For now, I just won't worry about it, to be fair. Because, like, I think my stats are already good enough right now. I will not worry about it. These things have fucking bikinis on them. These, beanstalks or whatever. these plants. They have fucking bikinis. Where am I going?
場所の確認っと。
Hey, look at that. The enemies respawn. Like, instantly. Yeah, the respawn is definitely too fast. Like, at least give me some time to breathe. Goddamn.
道が途切れてる。羅針盤だと秘宝はこの先みたいなんだけど、困ったな。こんなこともあると思ってたし、やっぱり仲間って大切だよね。さきらちゃん、飛んで運んでくれない？
私の出番が来たようね。私がただの色気があるだけのボンムスではないことを見せてあげましょう。
She is not just some sexy monster girl.
さあ、行きますわ。
それさきらちゃん、ほとんど進んでないんだけど。
言いにくいのですが、パルテさんは少し重いですね。太りましたか？
To be fair, I'd say every girl in the party has gained weight just because I've increased everybody's boob size.
全然太ってない。みんなの中で私が一番軽いし。
そもそも私は鳥ではなくデーモンで、ほとんど飛べませんから。
本当かお？俺をしっかり抱きしめて、じっくり時間をかけて一緒に渡るんだね。
Yo, Alton, I think you should get that eye checked out. It's usually not a good thing when your eyes are pulsating like that.
オットンだけ運んでも仕方ないし、別の手を考えないといけないか。
おっとんちゃん、しっかりってこれくらいです。
Also, to be fair, I would assume that trying to fly while holding someone wouldn't be that aerodynamic anyway.
うひゃー、そうだね。もっときつく締め付けてくれていいんだね。その方が気持ちいい。
Alton is in vibration mode.
さきらの柔らかさが、弾力が、締め付けが、俺の力を目覚めさせるんだね。
And this is why the women love Alton.
変態、オットンライト。
He actually said hentai. He didn't say henshin. This is the part where he's supposed to say henshin, but he said hentai instead.
今の俺ならどんな荒波も平気だぜ。さあ、全員乗って俺をしっかり掴んで。
So he became a raft.
しがみつくんだぜ。
おっとんちゃんすごい。私が見込んだモンムスだけあるわ。
On Musu.
予定とは違うけど、なんか渡れそうでよかった。やっぱり仲間って大切。
Nakama. Nakama. There are areas of water and walls within dungeons which can be moved along by riding Alton. Also, getting on and off Alton is carried out automatically. Alright, cool. Now I can go on water. Alright. I'm actually going to go back just because, like, the treasure chest in the previous island is, like, annoying the fuck out of me. So I'm actually gonna go back for it now. Like, I have to get it. After many years of research, I've truly created a special extract. I'm currently looking for test subjects, so if you're interested, I'd be waiting to the north of the island with a tall mountain. Cool, doesn't tell me much, though. The sea is fairly wide, so you can take your time. But if you wish to speed up, you can do so by pressing the B button. Oh, but you can't make landfall while doing so. Oh! I'm glad I wish they told me that before. Oh, I don't have any lipstick. Okay. Cave to Palace Sujinoko. I need that. All right. I gotta kill 5 angry tadpoles. I gotta kill 4 dungo worms. I need to harvest angry tadpoles for these things. Damn. Oh shit! I found a thing. I got a stained Jolly Roger.
上陸
Nothing on an island. Okay. I guess this shit kind of like resets or something. Huh.
出発上陸行くぞおいっと
Can I go in the ocean? I guess I can't.
おいっとこれ役に立ちそうだね
There's like all these like sparkly bits. Kind of reminds me of like I'm playing Monster
これ
Hunter.
役に立ちそうだね
Except I don't have to like sit through like the harvesting animation. Alright, if this chest is like gold or something, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, if it was equipment, I'll be happy.
おっと乗せてもらうよ
当てられてるぜ。
Oh, okay. You know what? I thought he would actually transform, but he doesn't. You just actually just sit on him.
のんびりするのもいいか
Alright, how does it look like when the other girls ride him? I want to see them ride Alton. Hashtag taken out of context. Oh, so Peru like puts her hands behind her back for some reason. Oh, also we can see what behind of Alton's head looks like. So yeah, it's literally just a bra strap.
お宝ないかなおっとんご発進
しっかり捕まるんだぜ。
I guess they all kind of ride in the same way.
おっとんちゃんお願い
Yeah, they all kind of ride Alton the same way. Like, I was hoping it'd be different, but not really. Looks really lewd when Sakura rides on him. I didn't even realize his, Alton's facial expression actually changes. It looks like it's randomized. Or like, it's like on a loop or something. Alright. Going back to my girl.
おっと乗せてもら何が出るかな
Honeymoon and Honey Trap. It's equipment, which I'm glad it is. Attack plus 16, defense plus 10, agility plus 5. That's pretty good. Add skill, Egg Fanatic. Can be worn by all. Okay, wait, so what equipment do I have on Claret right now? Add skill, half poison. I don't need the poison part. But what's the egg? What's Egg Fanatic? I don't know what that is. I guess the panties always just add stats. And I guess I might as well just keep it on Peru because she's the main character. Boost egg drop rate. Oh, eggs. I guess that's important somehow. I guess that's important. O10 portables. What does that do again? Boost restoration amount of HP is restored when using HP restoration items. I guess I might as well take Null Perilous or something because like that doesn't do anything for me. Adds kills Super Masochist. Boost MP4 when you receive an attack. Paralyze hit. I guess I'll take that. Chance to inflict paralysis with normal attack. Yeah, that seems pretty good actually. The transition to get on Alton's like very seamless, which I'm happy about. I've definitely played like other RPG games where like they do the same kind of like dungeon movement kind of thing, where like you can move in different ways, and sometimes there's always like a little bit of a delay, or there's like a load of time when you like go from like different transitions. This one definitely loads up instantly though, which I can appreciate. Man, if I had to choose between living like in a water world or like living in a like a sky world, I'm not sure which is better. If you live in a water world, you got like giant like leviathans and like sea dragons trying to eat you. If you live in a sky world, then like you have a chance of like falling off the sky island that you're on. Alright, let's see. That's 50. I want to see if I can cheat out for MP. See if that's possible. It's not something that's super necessary, especially since I'm not finding a boss or anything. I just want to see if it's something I can manipulate. Sometimes it's actually much more harder to like cheat out for like HP and MP in certain games than others. Alright, went to 35. If that is a number that I can manipulate, that would make boss fights a lot easier. Although, like, I'm not gonna use it right away though. I just would like the knowledge though. Alright. It tends to be the last one, so let's see. 190. Nope. Alright, hold on. That again. Okay, maybe it's the first one this time. Whoopsie. 190? I think I'm seeing a pattern here. It always seems to be main. It's not heap values. But I can cheat out MP though. I can indeed cheat out for MP. I can also cheat out like how much H extract I'm getting in per combat. That's a little bit more annoying to do, but I could cheat that out. I don't see a reason to though. I need to kill like 5 of these things. So if I could cheat out for MP that easily, that means I can also cheat out for HP easily too. Which means that like I should not ever die now. Although like I will allow myself to get killed if it comes to it. I will allow it. Love Potion restores 30 MP for one ally. I could cheat out some of these items too. There's an egg category in here, which means the eggs are probably important. I still haven't found a way to cheat out for the special H extract. So far, my my attempt to change them has been fruitless. And that seems to be the only way to actually increase the girls' like base stats, since they don't actually level up. Which means that leveling up is more of like a manual thing I have to do. It's not something that's automatic. I could definitely cheat out for money in this game. I haven't done so yet because there's literally been nothing to buy from like the Boobykin store. Just simple potions. They did say that the potions do upgrade. That the shop upgrades when I get more Boobykin. But until that happens, I have no reason to ever cheat out for money. The girls can't even change weapons in this game. The only equipment in this game right now is just like panties and bras. I can't like equip like a new sword or anything. Potion, love potion, escape manual. I see 3 entrances. I made this complaint several times in the past before, but like, I've always kind of wished that like, Idea Factory would actually like, take themselves seriously like at least one time, and actually like try and make like a real RPG game. I don't think Idea Factory has any plans to ever go that route. Which is too bad, because I feel like Idea Factory could actually make like a really good, like authentic RPG game. It's like, I hate to say it, but like Idea Factory, with the engine that they use, it's the engine that Idea Factory has, their own in-house engine. It helps them make games really fast, so like they can like push out more games than like most other companies do. But right now they're sticking to their thing of just making like waifu short stories essentially. But I would love to see them try and take it to like heights of like Final Fantasy levels of like epicness. The thing is that like I'm the kind of person that like likes to overthink my RPG games because I get sucked into it. Like I wish for more when I play RPG games, but like it kind of hurts when I play like an RPG game that I know is not that deep though. Especially when I play some Idea Factory games, give me like this weird sense of like where there was like a compatibility issue with like the writer versus like what Idea Factory was gonna put for the game. Like Omega Quintet, for example. Omega Quintet is obviously just a harem short RPG game that Idea Factory made, but Omega Quintet was one of those kind of games that has such a huge encyclopedia, like within the game itself for like the lore and for the word building stuff, which means that like somebody wrote all that in. Like the writer did all this lore for Omega Quintet, but then the game itself isn't that deep though. It's like if you were to just read the story and not worry about the gameplay itself, it's like you could get through the main story in like a day, you know, maybe 2 days. The only reason why Idea Factory games and Compile Hearts games tend to be longer, of course, is because of the grind, which is why I don't mind admitting that I cheat in some of their games. They have gotten better about making their games not as grindy, though. The very original Hyperdimension Neptune, like 1, 2, and 3, the original 1, 2, and 3, was grindy as fuck. Like, and I tried too. Like, when I played the first game, like, I tried not to grind. But then, like, I would hit roadblocks, though. And, like, I literally had to, like, grind just to, like, be the next boss. And then, like, I guess, Idea Factory got better at making more decent RPGs, so I don't know how to do that anymore. But another thing too that like also made me upset with like the direction they took with the series was the very first Hyperdimension Neptune game looked like it was actually a little bit serious, despite the comical tone. There were certain aspects of the story which got a little bit deep, and it made me kind of happy for it. But then once I got to the second and third game, it was clear to me that the direction they were going to take with the series was just to be entirely comical. Anything that was somewhat serious about the first game, they just tossed it. They tossed that out the window. And, you know, it makes money. I'm not going to fault Idea Factory for keeping the series comical. It's easier to do, and people buy into the figurines. They buy into the characters, and good for them. Good for them. I do wonder, though. Like, I do like thought experiments sometimes. It's all like, I do wonder, if they were to spend the same amount of money that Square would spend to make an RPG game, and if they were to not make it, like, entirely waifu, like, you know, just make a normal RPG, how would it turn out? Do they have the capability to even do that, if they had the money? Like, Square is willing to drop $20 million to make a single Final Fantasy game. It's all like, if I give Idea Factory $20 million to make like a real RPG, what could they do? What could they do with that money? I guess is my question. Obviously, Idea Factory has the voice actors. They have voice actor connections to make that happen, which is great. But, you know, I need more than fancy voice actors to make a good Weeable JRPG. Like, even Bandai Namco making the Tales of games, like Tales of Pasaria, Tales of Abyss, Tales of Hearts, and whatever like that, like, it's a Weeable JRPG, and that's the best way to put it. And, you know, it's not overly waifu. You have, like, a good amount of, like, guy characters in it to girl characters, and it tells a really good story. It may not have the same budget as, like, Final Fantasy, but it has more of a serious tone to it versus, like, the typical Idea Factory Compile Hearts game does. Even Argura Senki, Argura Senki is, like, one of Compile Hearts' like, more serious JRPGs out there. Strategy RPGs, I should say. And even then, the game itself is ultimately a waifu game. Like, especially, like, in Argura Senki 0, the main purpose for the player, anyway, other than, like, being the stages, is literally to, like, date the waifus, and then, like, get them to marry you at the end of the game. That's, like, basically the whole point of it. Despite the fact that the game has a somewhat serious kind of story, but they don't really touch upon it, though. It's a much more, technically, lighthearted version of Fire Emblem, now that I think about it. It's a strategy RPG that deals with war. That's what Fire Emblem is. Except Fire Emblem's not a waifu game, though. So Fire Emblem actually takes itself seriously. Whereas Argura Senki didn't really do that. It's funny because sometimes they would act like they'd take themselves seriously. They would be all like, oh, like, war is bad, okay? Like, war is, like, not good. But then, like, 2 seconds later, then they'd be all like, oh, look it, that's a funny tsundere scene right there. And then, like, we just forget, like, how that orphanage burned down or some shit like that, you know? That's pretty dark, but that's kind of like how their games go sometimes. They have one scene where, like, the evil villain, like, burns down, like, an orphanage, and then the next scene, they would have, like, a booby joke for the main character or something like that. They'd just be all like, oh, main character kun, you're so perverted, teehee. It's like, really? Like, mood whiplash much. I can't jump. No jumping on auto. A map button. Yeah, who's leaving all these treasure chests? The only thing that, like, makes these treasure chests, like, somewhat believable is the fact that, like, a lot of these items seem to be in powder form. I mean, I say that, but then I see the word potion, though. So, potion, we got powders, and we have a fucking book, and we have a smokescreen bomb. It's like, you would think these items would, like, deteriorate if they'd been there for, like, 100 years or something. The powders, though. The powders can last forever, though. But I have more of a skepticism for like the potions and like the smoke bomb. Especially the smoke bomb, actually, because like the smoke bomb is like here in like this damp cave. I definitely would think the smoke bomb would like deteriorate.
これ役に立ちそうだ。おっと乗せてもらうよ。
ひょー、最高だぜ。
This pose seems very unnatural. Especially with their hands behind their back. I assume that the reason why all the girls have their hands behind their back is because the developers, they wanted to do like a different pose for each character maybe initially. But then they found out that like, depending on like the character's boob size, which is made by the player, then like, you'd have clipping issues with the boobs. So they decided to keep their hands behind them so they wouldn't have to worry about that. Which makes sense actually. Makes sense, but it also kind of sucks. Alright, it is 1:10 a.m. my time. I have work. I got work tomorrow. Or I guess technically today. So, I will see you guys on Friday for the Friday stream. We're going to do a little bit of Girls Frontline Gacha on Friday. So, look forward to that. I didn't do any Girls Frontline Gacha today because it wasn't really necessary. But Friday, we'll definitely do some Girls Frontline stuff. And then we'll go back to 7 Pirates Age. I'm hungry. I'm going to go cook up my fish that I got at the grocery store. And I will see you bitches later.